Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Sports Ball Talk Show.
What's going on?
Get ready to make some money and watch an electric Monday Night Football game. We'll go over our bets first, because I feel like that's the fun part of the game.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about some analyses and why we think that these bets are going to happen and why we think the winner is going to be the winner. So, for starters, if you check out last video, you won some money. We're recording this the day before Saturday, but I just know that these are going to hit, so you're welcome.
Yeah, we're guaranteeing you guys money at this point.
And here's some more. I got a 2-leg player prop parlay. Dak Prescott over 22 completions. I think it's going to be a high passing game on both sides. So I think Dak 22 completions is not that much. Even with turnovers, there's some dink and dunks, a couple middle of the road, like 20+ yard passes.
I can see those.
CeeDee Lamb. So 22 completions for him, and then LA Chargers having over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think that's pretty free. I think there's going to be a lot of throwing the ball on both sides. So those are pretty safe. $5 returns me $15.50. Not too bad. My second player prop parlay, another 2-legger. I've got the total game to be over 50 points. I think with it being a high passing game on both sides, I think that the 50-point marker is not going to be that much to attain, just because both defenses have not underperformed all season, because the Cowboys was good, but they've been underperforming lately. And then I've got CeeDee Lamb to have 6 receptions. I feel like that's not much for the number one guy in Dallas in a high-passing game. So that one, risk 5, I return 17. So once again, a nice triple 3xing your money. Take those bets and win some money, man. What about you, Gian?
Okay, so I got a 4-legger. Chargers to win. Herbert to throw over 1 passing touchdown, so just 2. Herbert's in a very pass-friendly offense.
Keenan Allen's been going off this season.
Allen. Oh, speaking of Keenan Allen, over 6 receptions. And my favorite part of this parlay that puts this at plus 500, 570, is Dak throwing a pick.
I love betting on the interception. It's so fun.
It's a fun one.
I've only bet on it once, and that was with the Giants Seahawks game. I bet on DJ to have an interception, and it hit, obviously.
Right.
So that was fun to win some money off that. But yeah, I think these are all relatively safe. Obviously, yours is a little more risky, just being a longer parlay and counting on a turnover, specifically in the form of an interception. But relatively, I think these are safe. And we're both kind of banking on this game being pass heavy, but I think that's a safe bet in this scenario. They're both offenses that are high octane when it comes to the pass game. The Cowboys have struggled a little bit with that lately, but they're going to have to make it happen this game because the Chargers are going to be doing it effectively with that beat up secondary of the Cowboys. Not to mention the Chargers are coming off a bye, so they're going to be ready to go, passing the ball 80 yards down the field each play.
You know what I realized I should have added on there? Herbert pass attempts and completions. Because here's the thing. Cowboys still have Micah Parsons. They have a pretty robust D-line. Mm-hmm. They're going to be pressuring Herbert a lot. I'm not sure. I mean, the O-line for the Chargers had a week of rest, which is always good. But that's going to put a lot of pressure on Herbert to do dink and dunks. And this is where Keenan Allen shines. I mean, it's looking like the Cowboys are pretty weak in the slot. That's where Keenan normally lines up. And they don't have that good of a secondary anymore now that Diggs is out for the season.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that's freeing up some space. That's going to be a lot of maintenance there. So, expect Herbert to throw a lot. And with the Chargers defense, on paper, they're supposedly good. Hopefully, they took the time off of this week to gather themselves together, be as healthy as they possibly can be. I could totally see a pick on the Chargers' end.
Dak just turns the ball over a lot, too.
Turnover
machine.
Turnover
last
machine.
week proved that as soon as he played a decent defense and actually had to throw the ball, he turned the ball over 3 times.
Yeah.
3 straight
And
drives.
the Chargers aren't a bad defense. They've been playing bad, but they're not a bad defense on paper. I know. But if they do show up and they play as hard as they normally do, or they could do, then I could see Dak being pressured, throwing a pick or 2, maybe 3. Honestly, I'd like to see 3 picks.
The odds on that have to be beautiful. The
money on that, just a separate slate. Just bet on.
I might do it. I might bet on him turning the ball over a few times.
Yeah.
But I got the Chargers winning this game too for a couple of reasons. One, the last couple of weeks the Chargers have been on a decline. The Cowboys have been on a decline. Chargers have been on the up and up. It's not a very steep decline or incline for either team just because it's still so early in the season. Right. But that matters going into an important game like this one where we're kind of on the ass end of figuring out who's legit and who's not. The Chargers are at home, and they're coming off a bye. I think that this is a loss for the Cowboys. And then I think the Cowboys kind of get their shit together and realize, okay, 3-3 is unacceptable for a team that was supposed to be Super Bowl favorites. And they pick it back up. But I think the Chargers have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, being the guys that were supposed to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West, and so far have looked pretty embarrassing at a 2-2 record when the Chiefs are sitting at 5-1 as of now. So I think the Chargers.
Chiefs are lucky.
I think the Chargers need this win.
I
think the Cowboys do too, but I think the Chargers need it
more.
In addition to their obviously coming off the bye week and being at home. I think they just have every advantage in the world going for them in this game. So I got the Chargers.
And to add to that, this is a revenge game. Chargers barely lost to the Cowboys last year, and this was the game that Tony Pollard showed off and showed everybody who he could be last year. I really think the Chargers step up this game, and it was at SoFi, so it was at home for the Chargers. Revenge game for the Chargers. They want to knock out the Cowboys after last year's debacle. They're a lot better. They're a lot healthier. Yes, they don't have Mike Williams, but they still have a pretty decent receiving core in Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson. I really hope he shows up this game. He's had some time to practice with the team and whatnot. So being the rookie, I know it's a lot of pressure, but Eckler's looking to be back too, which is going to be great for them.
Still don't know for sure, so that's why we didn't bet on anything for Eckler, because we don't know for sure.
It's 99% according to Eckler. They're just waiting to clear him off the sheet and whatnot, and so that's all we're waiting on. But even then, Isaiah Spiller, Josh Kelly,
plus it being pass first, I don't think missing Eckler is going to matter too much. I mean, obviously he's a playmaker, he's a difference maker, but I don't think that loses them the game.
No.
So either way, Chargers win. Go bet and make some money. Bet on the Chargers to win too if you want to throw that on into any of my legs, because I think that'll probably happen. I just don't like getting too risky. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Check out in a couple of days, we're going to be recapping all of these previous games and then giving our predictions and bets for next week, which, like I said, positive on the season for money and the win-loss record. So we're geniuses when it comes to football punditing.
Yes.
And with that being said,
why we haven't been picked up, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, but you know what? Stay frosty, my friends.